Good morning, lovelies. My computer died really late last night when I was trying to upload my video, so it's going live late this morning. It's almost 11, and this is the first time that I'm sitting down to get it uploaded. I'm hoping, it looks like the update or the upload just started from where it left off, but I'm hoping that once it gets to the end, it doesn't error out, because then I'll have to upload everything again. But if that's the case, no big deal. But that's why this video went up late, for your information. Everybody's been texting me this morning like, how are you? What's going on? So just another crazy day being pregnant and about to give birth in the pandemic. Today, the biggest news Donald was telling me is that so many places have pretty much closed down their dining in services. So we are going to be doing a lot of like delivery and takeout. And I, of course, I'm not like the best cook. So I wasn't somebody in my first pregnancy or this time around who did like bulk freezer meals, unfortunately. We do have groceries that we can cook, like relatively basic meals for a little bit, but I'm definitely still hoping to support local businesses and restaurants in that way, especially now because we are social distancing, and also because we're gonna have a new baby and it's gonna be hard to like coordinate meals in the beginning as we work towards a new routine. I will say that it is not my favorite thing to do. Like, you think that it's going to be so convenient to have something delivered or to order like delivery, but I've gone through both Grubhub and Postmates, and it is, in my opinion, really cumbersome and a complicated process. You sometimes pay delivery, sometimes you don't. Sometimes the restaurant charges delivery on top of the app that charges delivery. Sometimes there's coupons, sometimes there's not. Like, it's a lot to keep up with, and I don't know if that's the reason exactly, but whenever we've ordered through Grubhub or Postmates, we've had an issue with the order. Like, the order gets delivered and it's, I would say, 75% accurate, and that is so frustrating when you pay, you know, as much as you do for food. And oh, hi Darla. Hi Darla. Oi, what are you doing up here?
Darla, come here, please. Go get a treat. Come here. Kel, where'd you go?
One of the home projects that we worked on while during my like 2-month hiatus was the girls' bathroom. So we replaced the flooring. I replaced the mats in here, or I just added mats, I should say. The flooring looks so good. This is the peel and stick vinyl planks. So it's made to look like wood, but it's not. Smaller spaces are harder to install it, but the process in general is pretty easy. And then the reason I'm showing you guys this is because then today I finished some of the organization You want to see under your sink, baby? And I organized under their sink. So I have lots of storage down here now for baby's products, Khaled's products. Do you like it?
Yeah.
Just got Khaled down for bed and finished my shot. Oh my gosh, tomorrow we have like got to tackle this. It's kind of like the final territory in our home that is still, you see the effects of how many home projects we did. It was kind of like a dumping ground, our vanity and our master, and we basically only have one working sink in here right now because there's so much stuff everywhere else. I'm about to go sit down to start editing this video, and Donald's gonna be coming upstairs anytime to have the most dreaded conversation of every single day. That conversation is, what do you want to eat for dinner? It is 9:03 and we're both exhausted, if you couldn't already tell from how I look. And yes, 9:03 and we just got Khaled down for bed. We have been struggling lately with getting her to bed at a reasonable time. She wakes up pretty much in between 7 and 7:30 every morning, and she does pretty good if she goes to bed around 7 or 7:30 at night. But we have so much going on here recently, especially, that we've been trying to like burn the candle at both ends, if you will. And she also is like such a staller, so typical of toddlers, right? Who like need to do one last thing, or they need to like go to the bathroom, or they need water, you know, all these things. Her thing is she needs 5 more minutes. And we set timers, we like try to keep an eye on the clock, and it just feels like every night we get her to bed later than we expected, later than we wanted to. So now our dinner options are limited because neither of us feel like we want to cook. I'm so out of breath just from talking. And things now have like started closing like so much earlier because of the COVID-19. Tempted to just have a bowl of cereal. I was thinking too, when I was laying Kala down, that our nights are limited as a family of 3. And I'm trying not to think about that too much, because if I did, then I would just go down this like super emotional tunnel. It's true. So I feel like these last couple days I've been so focused on making it a point to get things done. But I also just want to try to be really mindful of being in the moment and just appreciating every moment with her, even the chaotic ones and even the ones where they're a little tantrumy, because life is about to truly never be the same. And I know it's going to be a positive, you know, in however long I'll look back on this video maybe and just be like, or look back on this time rather and just think, you know, we can't believe that there was a life before having both of our daughters. But right now you just know that the inevitable change is coming, and it's a little bit overwhelming emotionally, and the idea behind like logically how our lives are actually going to get fuller. We did transition her to a toddler bed like within the last week, and I would actually, from our experience, recommend that, because the necessity of it happening prior to this baby coming so that she wouldn't associate any of the change. Well, I'm hoping, you know, because baby's still not here, hoping she won't associate any of the change with the arrival of her sister, has gone really well. And it's also helped me emotionally because I've been able to see it as like a necessity, like gotta get it done, rather than like this huge transition of her from baby to big kid and feeling like super emotional about it. I basically don't have time right now to be emotional and still coordinate everything that we need to. Keep moving because I'm so uncomfortable just sitting here in my bed like this. But we also did like a longer transition for her too, so I can do like a room tour at some point for you guys for Calla's room. But we basically did a complete overhaul. She was still in her crib, so we did change it to a toddler bed, which I'm really glad we did, and didn't go straight to a twin, and I can talk about that in a later video when I go through everything in the room of why we made that choice and why it was the best for us, because I know some people it's a better choice for them to just go directly to a twin or directly to a full. We replaced her dresser, we took out the recliners, we ended up putting like a little really cute love seat in there. I like overhauled her closet, so that was all done, I would say, over like a month time period. And the entire time we were like talking to her about why this was happening and what a positive thing it was for her. So I definitely think that that was hugely impactful for her and her personality type, and for our situation specifically in general. Donald and I decided we're gonna have him go get sandwiches. That's gonna be it for today's video. I need to now come up with like priority for tomorrow, like what needs to be prioritized. At some point in tomorrow's video, I do want to share with you guys like what we've purchased to kind of get us through this time. We haven't bought a ton of stuff and nothing really in bulk, but part of that is because it's not available, and part of that is because it's kind to not purchase more than you need. But it's also kind of a strange time because you're like, how much do I really need? Like, how long is this gonna go on for exactly? And for us specifically now with a newborn here, just going to be here in days, we kind of have to think about like actually quarantining ourselves, and that's going to require like supplies. So in tomorrow's video, I'll kind of go over our thoughts on that, some of the things we've purchased, and just some more day-to-day stuff. So I hope you guys liked today's video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to hit subscribe before you leave, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I can't wait to go to bed.